So what if I told you that the secret to a truly successful life isn't trying to avoid failure, but maybe running straight towards it? Today, we're going to break down one of the most powerful speeches out there on this very idea, all from the legendary Denzel Washington.
Okay, this quote right here, this is the foundation for everything we're about to get into. Denzel's whole point is that a meaningful life, the kind of life you're really capable of living, it just doesn't happen when you play it safe. It happens when you finally get the courage to take a real chance.
But, taking risks is way easier said than done, right? And that brings us to Denzel's first huge idea, a concept he calls falling forward. And trust me, it completely flips what we're usually taught right on its head.
I mean, just think about it for a second. How many times have you heard that piece of advice? Oh, make sure you have a backup plan. Get a safe degree, just to fall back on. It's all well-meaning. It's supposed to protect us. But Denzel, he challenges that entire way of thinking.
So on one side, you've got this classic idea of a safety net, something to fall back on. But Denzel's philosophy is totally different. He says if he's going to fall, he doesn't want to fall back on a thing. He wants to fall forward. And why is that? Because at least that way, he can see what he's about to hit. It's not about avoiding the impact. It's about learning from it.
And here's the part you really gotta get. Failure isn't a possibility, it's a guarantee. It's going to happen. You are going to lose, you are going to embarrass yourself, you will at some point suck at something. So, instead of trying to avoid what's inevitable, the goal is to just embrace it and figure out how to fail well.
He puts it this bluntly for a reason. Failure is actually a sign that you're pushing your own boundaries, that you're in the arena, that you're actually trying to do something great. It's not a mark of shame. It's a badge of honor.
Okay, so embracing failure, that's the mindset. But a mindset without any direction is, well, it's just a thought. So that brings us to our next point. How do you actually turn those huge ambitions into reality?
This is one of those lines that's so simple, but so profound. A dream is an amazing thing to have, but without a real plan, without discipline, and without taking action every single day, it just stays stuck in your head. It's the goals that actually give your dreams legs to stand on.
And if you're going to achieve those big goals, you can't be afraid to fail on a massive scale. To really make this point, Denzel brings up two legendary figures who we remember for their incredible success, but whose stories are actually defined by their failures.
First up, Reggie Jackson, Hall of Fame baseball player. But did you know he holds the record for the most strikeouts in history? 2,600 of them. But nobody ever talks about the strikeouts, do they? We just remember the home runs. He had to be willing to swing big and miss big so he could hit big. And then you've got Thomas Edison. He famously conducted 1,000, that's right, 1,000 failed experiments when he was trying to invent the light bulb. It didn't work 1,000 times, but he didn't see them as failures, he just saw them as steps.
Because in the end, it was that 1,001st try, that one single success that changed the entire world. Every single failed experiment, every single strikeout, it's all just one step closer to the one success that actually matters.
All right, so we've got the mindset and we've got the strategy. But Denzel argues that there's a much deeper purpose to all this striving, to all this success. I mean, what's it all for?
And this is such a powerful shift in how to look at things. The ultimate goal isn't just to pile up wealth or awards for yourself. The real question is, how are you going to use your gifts to actually serve other people?
And the beautiful thing about this is that everyone has something to give. This isn't just about money. It could be your time, it could be a special talent you have, it could be your patience, or just your kindness. Whatever your gift is, the real challenge is to get out there and use it.
Now, to really drive this point home, he uses this haunting, incredibly powerful visualization. He asks you to just picture yourself at the very end of your life, lying on your deathbed.
These ghosts, he says, they represent all of your unfulfilled potential. They're the ghosts of the ideas you never acted on, the talents you never used, and they're just standing there, angry and disappointed because you were the only one who could have brought them to life, and now they have to go to the grave with you. It's a chilling question, right? How many ghosts will be around your bed?
So, how do you find your gifts? How do you find your purpose and avoid those ghosts? Well, this final section makes one thing abundantly clear. It is almost never a straight line. Just look at Denzel's own story. He started out in college as pre-med, taking a class called cardiac morphogenesis, a class he admits he couldn't even pronounce. So he switched to pre-law, then to journalism. His grades dropped to a 1.8 GPA, and the university, well, they politely suggested he take some time off.
He was totally lost. And it was right there, at his absolute lowest point, that something incredible happened. An older woman in his mom's beauty shop, a complete stranger, looks at him and gives him a prophecy. She said, "Young boy, you are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people."
So that moment of being completely adrift, of literally failing out of college, was the exact thing he needed to be open to a totally new path. It was the detour that actually put him on the road to his destiny. His failure gave him direction.
And that really is the ultimate lesson here. Your life isn't going to be defined by some perfect straight-line plan. It's going to be defined by the risks you take, the people you open yourself up to, and the faith you manage to hold on to, especially when you're at your lowest point.
So don't ever be discouraged. Never hold back. Just give everything you've got. And when you fall, and believe me, you will fall, just remember this one thing: fall forward.